Fans are absolutely losing it after it was announced that Chris Pratt would be voicing the famously lazy cat Garfield in an upcoming animated movie. So let's get into this. It's been a big year for Chris Pratt, with him working on exciting projects like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and more recently the upcoming Super Mario Bros. Movie. The Mario project, which is still untitled, broke the internet when it was announced by Mario creator Shigeru Miyamoto and Nintendo earlier this year. However, it wasn't the movie's premise that had people talking, but rather its superstar cast. Featuring some of Hollywood's hottest actors like Anya Taylor-Joy, Keegan-Michael Key, and Seth Rogen, the Mario movie boasts some seriously impressive talent. But perhaps most of all, fans were baffled when it was announced that Chris Pratt would be voicing the titular character Mario. His casting raised quite a few eyebrows, with many wondering how Chris intends to join this comedic cast to play the iconic Italian character. And Chris may have just caused yet another uproar after it was announced that he would also be voicing Garfield in a new animated movie. The Hollywood Reporter broke the news on Monday morning and gave some small details about the film. Chris also celebrated the news, sharing a pic of Garfield to his Instagram with the caption, "Well, this Monday doesn't suck." The project, which also remains untitled as of now, is set to be directed by Mark Dindal and will follow the zany adventures of the famous lasagna-loving, Monday-hating cat. And it's not the first big-time Garfield film adaptation. Bill Murray voiced the titular character in 2004's Garfield and its sequel, Garfield: A Tale of Two Kitties, back in 2006. It's safe to say that while the original Garfield comic strips are generally well loved, the movie adaptations are a little more controversial. The 2006 sequel, A Tale of Two Kitties, currently has an embarrassingly low rating of 12% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yikes. So after it was announced that Chris was cast in the role, fans went into a total frenzy, wondering why the A-lister has signed on to take his career in this direction. And people on social media came through with some hilarious responses to Chris's new role.
Oh, Garfield, we have a visitor.
Don't tell me it's normal.
It's normal.
So yeah, let's just say some weren't exactly happy with Chris's casting. On Twitter, this user wrote, "We've got to put a stop to Chris Pratt." Another person tweeted, "Is Chris Pratt intent on ruining all of our childhood memories, or?" Others commented on Chris's non-stop voice acting gigs, with one person saying, "Hollywood does know there are other actors than Chris Pratt, right?" However, plenty of fans also stood up for Chris, citing his previous voice acting experience and comedy roots as the reasoning behind the casting.
Sense. Being an action star is all fine and dandy, but all my Parks and Rec fans know this man truly shines in comedy. Good golly, Miss Molly, look at this cat and tell me you don't see Chris Pratt. That rhymed.
This fan clapped back after many users slammed Chris for accepting roles traditionally performed by voice actors, saying, "You do realize Chris Pratt started his career as a VA, right?" Chris does have an extensive background in voice acting. He lent his talent to animated series like Ben 10 and The Batman before moving on to feature projects like 2014's The Lego Movie and Disney Pixar's Onward. And finally, this person went on to defend Chris's casting, saying, "Chris Pratt really doesn't deserve all this hate because he's voicing an animated character when people still have yet to hear how he would sound as Mario and Garfield." For now, I guess all we can do is wait and see exactly how Chris plans on tackling these roles. For more celebrity news, click right over here for another clever news video. Then be sure to let us know in the comments what you think about Chris's surprising casting announcement. For now, I'm your girl Carly Henderson. Come say hi on social media at @CarlyHenderson_, and I'll see you soon.